And welcome back. It's the basement.
Chickadee check.
Second episode?
Sorry, Tom.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it feels like the fourth.
Second episode.
Now, just a warning.
Yeah.
We're going to
Spoil the fuck.
give our spoiler-filled review of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Didn't that come out like 6 months ago?
Yeah, it's been a while.
It's been a while, so we can do it
Yeah.
So
it's on Blu-ray like next week.
Yeah.
It's been on a month of Sundays.
So this is our
now. Yeah. So just a heads up.
we get to
It's
dissect
coming.
it
Oh, and I hate to
and
say
give
it,
our hashtag unpopular opinions.
it's going to get a little feisty.
Well,
I
I
think so.
Yeah,
there's a couple of people at the table that will be getting hate mail. I know that.
that's all right. I'll be getting hate mail from lots of people.
Me and Leigh on the same team.
Yeah, but
All right.
you know, we're going to double dragon our way out of the room.
All right.
Fuck yeah! Can I be Billy?
Yeah, I'll be the other one.
He's
Jimmy.
Billy.
That's Jimmy.
He's Billy. He's Jay Whitaker.
Yeah. What's up, y'all? I'm Billy Double Dragon.
That's all one word. Billy Double Dragon.
What you got stuff?
Yeah. What's up? Yeah. Hey, I'm doing shit. The shit that I'm doing is that I'm doing the shit. So fuck.
This description is the best.
Yeah, best. So come fucks with me at Wise Guys, July 22nd. Be doing the shit, y'all. And I'm got a couple more shows. There's some other stuff that's in the works that I'm trying to lock down, and I don't want to reveal yet. And I'm just a young dude, planning a person of Earth, trying to pay his rent. All right.
That got really,
Follow me on Twitter at It's Jay Whitaker.
That got pretty meta.
I checked out a minute ago.
He checked out a minute ago. He's Lee George K.
I feel terrible about that because I try to focus. It's so hard to focus with this sitting next to me.
What
I
is
know,
that?
right?
What is
It's,
that?
That's a flask, Jay.
I know, but what's in it?
Oh,
Magic
now it's-
juice.
right now, I think nothing.
Vodka.
Yeah.
Vodka.
Just an announcement for those of you who've been following my progress on Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes.
Yes, how's it going?
I've started this game in November, and I am now level 84 and a half. I will be max level 85 here in about 4 days. I'm putting my Kylo Ren dream team together. So those of you,
Kylo Ren dream team.
Kylo is, interestingly enough, in this game, wildly unpredictable and explosively violent at times. And the rest of the time,
That doesn't sound like him.
no, it's amazing how all these characters. There's like 100 some odd. There's like 100 some odd characters in this game, and they all actually play thematically. So Kylo plays like a little shithead. Mm-hmm. So of course I had to play his team.
Can you play as Matt?
Yeah, no. I wish you could. I hope on Halloween they give a Halloween costume for Kylo as Matt. What was he, a custodian?
Death
No,
Star.
he's a technician.
Death Star technician.
I'm just Matt. I'm just a
but-
technician.
You know, if you don't want to talk about Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, but you do want some tasty food, come see me at Fresh Eatery, 145 East, 1300 South, or you can get this jerky, which is a wonderful cholesterol-free jerky, pretty much everywhere in the world right now.
Can I have some of that?
Yes,
Why
please.
is
you
this
can.
not open?
Can I
Do
I need to
Can
pay
I
you?
open this? Okay.
Please. That's
Yeah.
I brought it
It's
to
a
be.
collector's
item.
I brought it to be eaten. So
It's cow free.
a quick breakdown of where you can get this Nooch Vegan Market in Denver, Colorado. You can get both locations of Food Fight Grocery in Portland, and here Jade Market in Salt Lake City, both locations, as well as Watchtower Cafe. And there's a couple places online that are actually getting signed sometime this week. And then, last but not least, the Bike Doctor in Missoula, Montana. I'm always going to close with Missoula, Montana.
All right.
Yo, man.
Pass me some of that sweet and spicy.
Man, yo, can you pass me some of that easy to eat?
He wants some of that sweet and spicy. He's Quad T.
I could just put a bunch of jerky in my mouth.
All right, I'll come back. I'll come back to you. No, go ahead.
can
No,
do it, I can do it.
power through with,
Yeah.
with it all in your mouth.
Hey, check me out on Twitter at Quad T Tony. I just put some more jerky in my mouth.
Stop putting it in your mouth.
No. So, I'm right here on the Geek Show. Mm-hmm. Or I'm on the Gadget Spot podcast with more jerky in my mouth. So for jerky in my mouth, Jay. We're Gadget Spot podcast with Excitable James. Yeah. Jane and
Shit
Owen.
is so good. It's so easy to put in your mouth.
Yep. We're releasing every 2 weeks. No more jerky. I'm done.
All right.
Mr. B?
Well, I mean, like, I don't even know what's fucking happening anymore.
Have some jerky.
That's not what I sound like. Or is it?
I'm just glad to be here. What day is it?
Today?
Is it still Saturday? I don't
No,
even
today
know.
is, as far as you know, today is the 26th.
Yeah.
Okay.
Today is June.
So I'm still like laying around. Yeah. I might show up to the pub quiz if I remember it's Wednesday at 8:30 at Lucky 13. No, I'll be there.
How's that going to affect your naps?
Gonna cut into
They're
them.
not. I'm hibernating at this point. I'm a big old bear hibernating, and fucking watching shit. And I watch the news and Food Channel.
Should we come fucks with it?
Come fucks with it.
Okay.
All right.
Lucky 13, 8:30.
That sounded so pleasant, like a nice
Wednesdays,
little,
right? Wednesdays.
like a nice
Wednesdays.
little, like a nice little infomercial. Come
Yeah.
fucks with it. ShamWow. Come fucks with it.
Come fucks with that.
Hi, Jimmy.
Hi.
Jimmy Martin, everyone.
Watch me on KSL, Big Blue Mouth Off, The Arrow, Mediocre Show, and Geek Show, and Slug. Just so we can wrap this up, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was great. Fuck off. There's Power Rangers is coming out next week. Woo! Train Spotting 2 Chips is going to be on Blu. We're not in the episode, are we?
Oh,
No.
Shit.
Oh no, this is the beginning of the episode.
Damn it.
I forgot the T2 dropped. The other T2, the new T2, dropped on.
I didn't see it.
I didn't either, and I feel kind of bad because I love the first movie, but
I'm okay with it.
I got it on the video on demand.
T2. What is
It's got a great soundtrack.
What are we
Jimmy.
talking about?
I
T2?
bet it does.
Yeah,
I don't know either.
What's
Train
T2?
Spotting 2.
Oh,
Train
That's why
Spotting 2.
they call it the other T2.
okay.
Oh, okay.
All right.
So,
I didn't know.
have you ever thought about changing the name of Big Movie Mouth Off to Movies Made for Jimmy?
No.
I love you, Jimmy.
No.
Movies made for Jimmy's mouth off.
The old lady from the movie theater, the one that tells you to shut off your video recording device. She
Big
did
Mouth.
pull up Big Mouth movies once.
movies.
Really?
I was there for that. That was funny.
Thanks to Big Mouth movies. We had a good laugh.
Really?
Yeah.
She died 7 months ago.
When was this?
You guys are, just rude.
Did she really die?
We're celebrating her life.
We're commemorating her greatest hits.
Uh-huh.
All right.
I'm scared.
And we have a host,
Oh,
What?
Hi, me.
Mr. Kerry Jackson. That guy.
God, you sounded so like you should know who the fuck I am.
Monday through Friday, 6 to 10, x96.com.
I want to celebrate.
Although I think I'm on vacation this week
Ooh.
or soon.
I want to celebrate
Yeah.
your
Welcome to New York?
strength. Your strength, sir.
Yes,
A full line of Godfather Funko Pops is out, and I believe you own none of them.
I own none of them.
Yeah, you have managed to maintain your no Funko Pop streak.
But if you, if I send you a Fredo Funko Pop, know you're on my shit list. All right. Before we talk about Guardians Volume 2, this is some interesting news. I think that you guys will be happy about this. That Joel Schumacher
No. Oh, I
Oh,
sneezed.
Jesus.
I'm so sorry.
Feather
Has-
boas and neon.
has stepped forward and, with his head held high, has apologized for Batman and Robin.
What?
Oh,
What about Batman Forever?
No, he still likes that one.
He was interviewed by Vice, and he said after the film was released, he was treated like I had murdered a baby.
Well, he kind of had.
Did he walk up with the
Is that-
cod
is it- is
piece
that
and,
direct
the
quote?
nipples, in his
Wow.
hands? And
Direct
I'm
quote.
sorry.
Things have cooled down with that level of venom, but the topic of bat nipples won't go away.
That will live on forever.
He
I
said,
fell asleep in that fucking movie.
Which you shouldn't be able to do.
here's what he said. The costume was made by Jose Fernandez, who is our brilliant lead sculptor. If you look at Batman and Batman Returns, it was the genius Bob Ringwood who created those outfits.
Bob Ringwood from Excalibur.
So by the time we got to Batman Forever, the rubber and techniques had gotten so sophisticated. If you look at when Michael Keaton appears in the first suit, you'll notice how large and bulky it is.
And,
he can't
and
move.
remember, he couldn't turn his head.
Can't turn his head.
Yeah, I'd be like,
He said it was brilliant, but it was the best thing they could do at the time. By the time Forever came around, rubber molding was much more advanced.
Now, wait a minute.
So,
In the first Dark Knight movie, Christian Bale couldn't turn his head either.
that's true.
That's just because he's a
So
prick.
how did we run into that same
That's
problem
just 'cause Bale's a dick.
20 years later?
I believe the problem with Bale is the stick that's up his ass went so far up that it actually immobilized his head.
Now, that makes
Also, that's
sense.
what makes that explains the voice too.
Yeah.
So by the time Batman Forever came around, rubber molding had become more advanced. So I said, let's make it anatomical. And I gave the sculptor photos of Greek statues. and incredible anatomical drawings that you see
Wait, so
in
he's
medical
still a
books.
Well, so there's supposed to be like a fucking dick hanging off it too.
And you know, it's so funny because he's full of shit.
Well, also female.
I'm sorry.
Female Greeks didn't have nipples.
No, he's full of shit. Well, and you're right, because Batgirl didn't have nipples on her suit. But he's full of shit because the whole armor inspiration was based off of Greek armor designs, not off of Grecian statues. Greek armor designs had nipples moved into them.
He wanted to go deeper.
Yeah.
All right.
Past the armor.
Then he said he handed him medical books as well. He did the nipples, and I looked at him and I thought, that's cool.
Yeah. Where's the neon codpiece? roll?
That's cool.
He later admits, all these years later, he never thought such a seemingly tiny decision would get the reaction it did.
Well, it was a series of tiny decisions, you dumb fuck.
He says, maybe I was just naive. I'm still glad we did it.
No,
we're not.
That's not an apology then.
But no, he says, look, I apologize. I want to apologize for every fan that was disappointed because I think I owe them that.
He should have quit at Lost Boys.
Falling Down was good too.
Falling Down?
Yeah.
I forget. That's him.
Yeah.
Because it was a
Great
good
movie.
movie.
And
Falling Down was incredible.
And Phone Booth.
Oh, Phone Booth was good.
Phone Booth was very good.
And
Keep
a,
yourself-
and
All
a Time
right.
to Kill.
So stay out of genre.
And I do. We'll forever love Lost Boys. I knew someone was going to say it.
He just should have never touched the franchise.
Stupid ass movie.
Yeah. All right, so there's that. Now,
You know what? All right. Quick sidebar. I just want to say, if I would love to, if there's a couple out there, is there a married couple or even
There's a
dating?
few.
Yeah, but if there's a couple named Michael and Jessica, I want them to meet Shannon and just have their names just be Michael.
Well, the chances of that couple existing are pretty high.
yeah, especially around here.
Someday.
Just go to Draper.
Yep.
Yep.
Let's get
Hi.
to.
Now, Jessica!
Hi, I'm looking for the house of Michael and Jessica White. Which one?
All right, now we reviewed Guardians 2.
A couple of weeks ago.
Like
Some-
700 years
Yeah,
ago.
when it opened. And we haven't talked about it since, so if you have not seen Volume 2 yet, this is your chance to fast forward or shut off the
If you haven't
podcast.
seen it,
if you
kind
haven't,
of, fuck you. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's in theaters anymore.
Plug your ears and
At
go
this-
la la la.
at
It
this
is.
point, it's not. At this point, it's probably not. So that being said, we're going to talk about all of it.
Hashtag
All right.
unpopular opinion.
No, I just can't believe they killed Spider-Man in the new Homecoming movie.
I know,
Yeah.
right?
That was crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Where do we begin with Volume 2? Other than the
Soundtrack.
fact that I'll say this: the soundtrack for this one not as good as the first.
Thank you. Someone had to
No, it's not as good.
Oh,
I mean, it's good.
I disagree.
It's good.
I love it too, Jimmy.
I disagree.
It's good.
I think you and I are the total like fanboys of this.
No.
I think it's
No,
a
no,
good
no.
soundtrack.
No, trust me. I am a fucking fan. I was on board. When I saw Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, I saw it 4 times in 2 days. Y'all don't understand. Like I'm about that life, son.
I would say
but
that
I'm a fanboy about this one too.
best song on Guardians' first one is "Spirit in the Sky." I think the second one's got.
I'm so tired of Norman Greenbaum, though.
I know, what an asshole. I think the second one's got 3 songs better than that one.
3 songs better than Spirit in the Sky.
Yeah.
So, other than the Fleetwood Mac song, what are the other 2?
Come a little bit closer.
Good
is
song.
The
Yeah.
greatest song in the whole song.
Good song.
well, they got ELO on there. That's good.
Yeah.
Mr. Blue Skies, great
That
song.
one's better.
It's not the ELO song I would have picked, but
I just like
Which one
Guardians.
did you want?
it's a Do Ya.
Do you? It's
Yeah,
a great song.
I wanted that.
Great song.
But no, you know what I liked? First Guardians, Cherry Bomb.
Oh yeah.
That was
Like
good.
that, just that
It was really
scene,
good, yeah.
I think it was. I don't know, man. I enjoyed the soundtrack, but it's for me. The first one was.
I don't
Now-
even think Guardians has the greatest ELO song.
Now, when I say that the Guardians Volume 2 soundtrack isn't as good, I'm just like
It's Olympic finishes.
it's like little tiny separation.
Yeah, good.
No, there's
okay.
there's
Yeah,
some,
I'm with K
there's-
Jack on that.
There
Like
are
that,
some some peculiar choices on the second soundtrack
Really,
because
there are. I mean, Glenn
they're-
Campbell. That's out of
right,
nowhere.
and
you
it's
know.
songs that James and Sean Gunn liked when they were kids.
Yeah.
is literally what it came down to. They're just like, well, this wasn't a hit. Hardly anybody even knew it. Whereas part of the genius of the first soundtrack was kind of reintroducing us to some really good music that a lot of us kind of made fun of
Yeah.
for a long time, except for Bowie, because who would ever make fun of Bowie?
All right.
right now.
So, where do we begin?
All right.
I'm looking up how much it made. I'm curious.
Okay, well, let
That doesn't.
Transformers.
Let
me every
Do you really have to
Transformers-
be the suit right
I mean,
now?
if you
and
want
just
to talk
be like,
about Kangaroo Jack and Transformers.
No, I'm just
Yeah.
curious.
all right. Let me start then. All right. The first movie, very important to me. It's like
Agree.
Also,
it's like very, very important.
and to me, Kerry, it's like
Yes.
it was like a flashpoint of very important.
The
Part of
second
my
one,
We could say, just because it's part of the show, it's the first Marvel movie without Vice. I mean, that's
Oh,
one of
okay.
the first things.
yeah.
Yeah,
but
but there's
we
also
saw the-
another
yeah.
there was another. It's another like important life event. It's kind of tied to that movie for me too.
Yeah.
The second movie, very important to me. First one, mommy issues. Second, daddy.
And here's what I'm
true.
okay.
That's true.
So you
Okay.
brought it up, and I was going to hold on to it.
Because that's why it's important to me.
I was gonna hold. So, you've met Todd, and you know Todd,
Yeah.
my friend from Denver.
Yes.
He is one. Like I went to his dad's funeral, like a week and a half ago, and it was the most stoic talk I've ever seen from a person. I've seen that guy, and he sort of cried. Apparently, he cried like a fucking baby at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And I looked at him and I go, well, his wife had to tell me because he was never going to tell me. And I go, oh, why? Because it was fucking Daddy the movie? Daddy issue the movie. You know, and he was like, yeah, I guess. And I don't know, that sunk in for me too. That was the whole thing through that movie, right? And like,
Oh, I've
Like-
had friends in
I cry. I've seen it 4 times. I cry at the end
Every time.
fucking time.
defines daddy versus father.
Yep.
That's for sure.
Best
Well,
line.
I think it's like people who have lost their fathers.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think it's a
I'd say lost your father. Like you know, I don't have a stepfather like that, but like I've had friends who were raised, you know, by adopted dads or stepdads, and they're like, yeah, like that's my dad. You know, like that's and that line is so fucking potent.
It's a great line. I'm a bastard child. My biological father had nothing to do with me. I didn't
Yeah.
even meet him until I was 32 years old, and then he died. And the man that raised me is my dad, and always has been my dad. And that part of the movie was handled beautifully well. It was a really great tribute to
fatherhood.
what being a father is. Yeah.
or even just family. I think the whole movie is a great tribute to just family in general.
And that's
Oh, yeah.
the thing too. Like a family trying to.
the Gamora and
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
blanking
Nebula.
Nebula.
Yeah.
This I mean their arguments. I mean
Or even the exact scene on the nose when he says, "I found my family," and she says, "I thought you already did."
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
You know.
I think that's what the whole movie is a tribute to, and I think that's why I love it. So,
And it does that well.
and Baby Groot's amazing too. And I know that Leigh loves it, and I know that Jay loves it, and it dances around.
I don't got
and
one fucking problem with Baby Groot, man.
No, no,
I don't either.
Let's just quit. Before we switch into the Baby Groot, I will say, like,
Switches to the Baby Groot.
no, like Kerry he's like, yeah, there's a part that that he was interested to see how I'd react to it, and it fucked me up. Like, I really enjoy Guardians of the Galaxy too, but yeah, when they play catch, I fucking I like I came apart because
It made you cry, or just made you sad?
I did. It definitely got the knot in my throat on the second time I watched it in private. I cried
Really?
because as a father, due to certain circumstances, I don't see my son as much as I'd like to, and so, and it's as a father just playing catch. Like as a father, like when you don't need to buy a bunch of shit. You just need to spend time. That's all
Yeah.
you need to do. And like, so
You know what's funny? We're recording this the day before Father's Day.
Yeah, I know. yeah. Like
That is funny.
as we record. Yeah, but it's just like that's what Granted, ego's intentions turned out to be very shitty, but for me that was a very tender moment because you just yearn for those simple moments when, like, me and my son, we go to the Liberty Park and play frisbee, and we'll do that for 2.5 hours and talk about so much shit in between, and it's like, fuck, that's like, for me, that's ground zero for fatherhood. It's just like, and so that was just really cool to just throw that in there. It was really cool.
If they had done the scene that encompasses what I most miss as a father about my kids, it would have been really awkward. I miss when my kids were little and they just climb up on me and go to sleep and just fall asleep. So if at any scene when Chris Pratt had climbed up on Kurt Russell,
Well, now that
Snuggled into his
I think that would have
beard.
come across weird.
Yeah.
it would have come across a little.
I'm
peculiar,
gonna snuggle into
so-
your beard, Daddy.
But I miss that.
That's what I laugh about with Jason that scene made him so like emotional is because when I see all I see is Kurt Russell smiling like an idiot, like yeah,
Right.
toss it to me. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Are we gonna do like a tossing the ball scene? Like that? Which
I thought it was such goofy fun. But like, I'm like, oh my god! And like, I think every time I've seen it, I'm just like, this is so dopey. I love it. You know?
Yeah. It
All
was
right.
pretty dopey.
So,
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and
all right,
go there.
you go.
Baby Groot's the greatest thing ever.
No,
Yeah.
Baby Groot was fantastic.
The best.
At the end of Guardians 1.
Thanks
Baby
for listening.
Groot. Baby Groot was fantastic during the opening credits when they had the whole montage of the great big battle with the big tentacle beast and Baby Groot's dancing around and waving at Gamora and almost getting her killed. Loved it, and that's when I would have stopped it. That's really those are my two complaints. One of two complaints that I have about the movie, and they're interesting because they're polarizing complaints. But it's in this case, I feel like it was almost a marketing decision to keep Baby Groot in the movie through the entire
exactly.
thing.
That's
And I
exactly what it was.
I
Hang on,
disagree
hang on.
with both of you.
Because
disagree.
because I looked it up and James Gunn said absolutely not. He wanted to do Baby Groot,
And again, that's one of those areas where I can say just because it pulled me out of the movie doesn't make the movie any less fun for anybody else. It pulled me out because in my head I was fanboying the whole thing, going Groot wouldn't stay little that long, and that's not anybody else's problem. That's not how it works. That's my problem.
In
That's
the
my
comics,
issue.
though, the same thing happened. He stayed a little fucking Groot for a long time.
And then there's other comics where he's been blown to smithereens and then he's a full-grown Groot 2 pages later. So
I'm
it's
more
My
curious,
thing-
like,
my-
what scenes beyond the opening scene and then when they dumped liquor on his head were too much Baby Groot?
oh,
All right,
Because I love
I got it.
when he walked up and he was like, "Do you want to get out of here?" And he's like, "Yeah."
my
That I was cool with that. It's the slow walk to the when they were in the cage or when they were jailed, and he just slowly pouts walk, and then at the end we're at the fucking funeral, and they tuck him in. Fuck that! I'm sorry. That's
Oh
just
my
fucking too
god!
much.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
That's funny
You are
because
fucking dead.
no,
100%
I'm
disagree.
sorry. I'm
it's funny that you're
I'm
using that.
super
hang
fucking
on,
dead
hang on,
inside.
hang on. Who goes first? Come
He
on.
does. Mister, what's wrong with you, Des?
All right.
All right, so here's my thing. First of all, this is what I'm gonna say. If they would have had big old Groot doing his same fucking shtick
Yeah.
from the same movie, that would have been annoying as fuck. I'm sorry.
Well,
It would have been.
hang on a sec. Will you pass me that jerky? Thank you.
All right, but I don't know. I loved because there was like this whole like overarching like chosen family kind of.
It's the family
thing,
thematic.
right?
Then there's the baby.
And there's
you
the
know.
baby.
I get
and
it.
And I'm like, the stuff that you hated like actually really touched me, and maybe it's because I work at the Sev.
I actually
don't
think
know.
the shot of him walking to that cage is like one of my favorite shots.
Fuck it.
Fuck
It,
that
it,
shit.
it,
I
no,
think
it,
it's
no,
so
it
fucking
made me
good.
sad. I'm like,
He's
how
just
the
fucking
fuck?
depressed. He's like, we're fucked.
But I also love that, like, even like the.
I'll have to watch it again. Fuck
even
it.
the evil motherfuckers were like, Groot's cute as fuck.
Mm-hmm.
Because even like old ladies and like people who've never read a Guardians of the Galaxy comic are like, I'm like Groot.
Well,
and now
it's-
they especially love Baby Groot.
Well, I mean,
you know?
it's look at the family thematic that you've got there at the end of the movie. Peter
Yeah.
Quill is the father. Gamora is the
what
mother.
a shitty father.
Drax is
The drunk uncle.
The drunk
Drunk uncle,
uncle.
yeah.
And Rocket's the shitty little kid, and then there's the baby.
right.
So
That's
it's-
like,
actually-
I'm sorry.
You know?
like when he goes,
Actually, Rocket might be the senile old grandpa.
but like,
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but like when Rocket goes, yeah.
I've seen some shit.
No, he goes, yeah, he did call. What did fucking what did Rooker call him? What did Rooker?
Twig.
Yeah, he did call you a twig during the
Okay, I'll
And-
give
Oh,
you
the
that.
funeral.
and
I
during the
think-
funeral,
no.
and like I'm sorry, it touched me so.
I would
fucking
be
much
annoyed-
when Baby Groot went and got a snuggle from each fucking
Family member?
Each family member.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking
It was
love
bedtime.
Yeah.
No, but he was like, no, he was like,
here's like no joke.
he's like, Bebop's dead.
I would be annoyed if they kept it going.
Yes.
But, like he's gonna be big in the next
Okay,
one.
well
Like,
and that's yeah, and like
Yeah.
honestly, and that was the only saving grace about it. I never thought I've been a parent for 9 years, and I never thought I'd say, "Well, I'm so glad he's a teenager now." I never thought. I was fucking. I was elated.
Having survived too.
Yeah.
He will probably be big the next time we see him,
Well,
which will be Infinity
And
War.
that's something they did.
because that takes place 4 years after this.
Something
movie,
they didn't
so.
quite line up very well, and it might be my own problem, but I didn't catch that this movie happened so quickly after the first one.
Yes.
Oh,
6
you
months.
didn't notice that? Yeah, it's like right after.
It's 6
really, really
months.
closely
Yeah.
afterwards. And if, it wasn't until I was doing the mental calculation of, they said something like, 34 years later after the 1980 scene, it's like, oh, this is still 2014.
Yep.
So that was part of my.
Yeah.
See, really, it's one of those movies, like I was saying earlier, it's one of those movies that if I don't overthink it, I have a really good time with it. But then I start nitpicking it, which is something we're not supposed to do.
No.
And that's when it starts falling apart for me. And that's, like I said, my own problem.
You self-sabotaged.
I self-sabotaged. Not only that, though, I started seeing things that seemed a little too self-indulgent to me. So there were some things where it was very much, this is what worked in the first movie.
Yes.
We're going to go back and do it again. So we're going to do the kitschy 70s soundtrack. We're going to go back and do that again. And I realized in the first movie, those songs were life lessons to Peter from his mom. In the second movie, I was like just almost trying to figure out what that life lesson was in the movie as it was playing. Again, that's my luggage. That's my problem. So I didn't find the soundtrack as engaging as the first movie.
Co-sign.
So, and again, maybe that's my issue. I don't know. It's just that I happen to be one of maybe 3 people on the planet who didn't fucking love this movie. And so but that being said, I liked it. I had a good time at it.
I'll tell you what,
With the soundtrack, though,
it made $863 million.
Doesn't
Yeah,
mean-
that's like
Is
a
that-
quarter
is
of Transformers.
That means nothing to me. But the soundtrack, though, because
But the soundtrack, though.
it's still a love letter from his mom for this one. Now, what I'm curious to see is because now he's got a Zune, and so
Well, I
gets-
think.
what songs we're getting for there?
Well, now that he's got a Zune with 300 songs that is not programmed by his mother, it's not.
Yeah.
It's not consequential anymore.
No, it's going to be.
So-
I just hope for
gonna-
Annabelle.
and the Zune,
I just hope for Nickelback.
the Zune came out in like 2008, so it could be any songs up to like 2008.
2000.
Yeah, and I'm hoping, because I really love James Gunn and I loved the first movie. It's in my top 3 of the Marvel movies.
Agreed.
And so I'm hoping that this can just be the sequel that had to set up some stuff for the third movie, and that the third movie he can go back to just doing. The first movie was weird. It was weird, and it carried its weird on its sleeve with a
But I think so did this one.
I think this one was just as weird, but you're used to the weirdness from the first one.
No, trust me, I understand weird. I understand weird really, really well.
Yes,
And-
you do.
And so if I get desensitized to your weird,
Yeah.
then that's what I loved about the first one. The palette was bright and garish and disturbing, and at one point they're actually in a mine inside a dead giant's head.
Yep.
And that's cool. That's stuff that you can sit and have a mental
But fucking
archaeological
ego,
debate.
dude. Ego.
It was Kurt Russell.
Wait. Time out. The dead giant's
What?
head?
No, he was
Yeah,
ego.
in the first one, Nowhere, the
Yeah,
Celestials
that's
head that they were
Celestials head.
mining out of.
Yeah,
that was a head.
they were literally they were mining cerebral spinal fluid out of a dead giant's
Yeah,
head.
it was a celestial's head.
You didn't get that? Oh,
Yeah, when Drax gets knocked into a vat of yellow goo, that's cerebral
right.
spinal fluid from a dead giant's
See,
brain.
That's brain matter.
Even with just like cinematography with this movie, is like
Fuck, I missed that.
There's scenes where like Star-Lord's just hanging out in Ego's ship, and there's great fucking shots. And just-
Yeah.
I mean, and even when Gamora's just hanging out next to the weeds and just
Yeah.
I really want James Gunn to do a Star Trek movie desperately because it would be gorgeous.
I will.
I'm going to say something that I didn't think that I would ever say
right.
ever.
okay.
The character development
Of David
of
Bautista?
fucking Rocket Raccoon.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay,
yes. He had a huge
Right.
character arc.
We learned
in this.
a lot
we
more
learned,
about
yes,
him.
Yes,
And
he's a little asshole, and I love him.
But as why? And why when they pointed out to him, he's like,
Yeah.
"Ugh."
no.
and it's fucking what Yondu that finally makes him go, oh, I'm gonna stop being such a fucking prick.
Yeah.
And that the rumor that because he's James Gunn is writing the new one right now.
Yes.
That it's going to be more Rocket Raccoon based.
That's
like
that's
about
a,
his like
that's a rumor.
That is
Yeah.
the rumor. I fucking love that. I love it because I've always loved that character since the first issue he showed up in Hulk.
Yes.
Right? And like I'll never forget and we talked about it on the show, but sitting there with Jeffy
Oh yeah.
and he and I, that was one of our favorite comics. It's the Guardians of the Galaxy, which is basically what this is based off of. Like when Lanning and whatever took over. And I was like, what the fuck? They can't do this, Jeff. They can't. He's like, yeah, I don't think so either, you know? And just that they fucking
Did it.
they've done it, and they've done the fuck out of it.
Okay.
They've done it twice.
I'll co-sign.
You know? It's a movie that should have never been fucking made.
Exactly.
The first one should have
agree.
never been fucking made.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, I thought you were
To
talking
me,
about the second one.
The first Guardians was
Fuck you, dude. No, like,
You're so
seriously,
hostile
though,
about my disliking of this movie.
I am, because I love it.
But the first
I would say I
I'm not
dislike,
even being-
certain parts.
the
I'm not
first
even being that
Guardians
harsh
was
to it.
when they should stop saying, "Can Marvel do this?"
Yeah.
That was the first one.
No,
They
exactly.
did it-
And that's when I was done.
I trust
When that
Marvel with a
shit came
D-Man
out-
movie.
No, when we went and saw that, we got to see like 7 minutes of
Yeah,
it. Because
no,
they were
17.
Like, and
It was the jailbreak scene.
yeah. And I was just like,
We were all on board.
Oh,
We
bro.
were
Like,
all on board.
fuck.
They,
You know?
yeah, I got on the radio the next day and I said, they got this. Don't
Yeah.
worry. This, they got
Like,
this
I
figured out.
honestly could not believe it.
But what followed that was Ant-Man. Can they do Ant-Man? Yes.
They did it.
Can they do Black
Can
Panther?
they do
can
Doctor
Black
Strange?
Panther. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
That was the one for me, was Doctor Strange.
When they
You know,
when they executed Doctor
Oh,
Strange.
but come on, Guardians of the fucking Galaxy.
Well, yeah.
I remember like when you were like they're making this movie, and Jeff was still here, and we were all like,
how do you?
"What the
you
fuck?
don't-
No!"
Yeah.
I was in Hall H when they announced it. And I still remember that there was two things. Ooh, and huh?
I also remember when I got the news flash that James Gunn was directing, and we were sitting at this table,
Yep.
and a certain person looked at me and said, "You're full of shit. Who would let him make a movie? A Marvel movie?"
Trauma.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Troma's Guardians of the Galaxy. That would be an interesting thing to watch.
So, yeah,
Batista as well.
Oh, God.
as Drax.
another one.
And
Yeah,
what if,
That
like,
mu-
like
His story, his character development was a little more subtle
Yes.
than
Yeah.
Raccoon's, but it was still really good.
They
Two things about that.
they
One
gave
is-
they gave him Mantis to compliment.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was his
God,
foil, and it was
it's
perfect.
Perfect.
Two things though. Who would ever thought Dave Bautista would steal a fucking Marvel
No kidding.
movie?
right.
I was.
And two.
I was
oh,
the
sorry.
first. I was the first to object to his casting.
Oh yeah.
I was.
Right.
I was adamant about
It's
that.
like, oh God, a wrestler.
Yeah, and
Wrestler.
You know.
They cannot
Please
be
tell
Dwayne.
me. Please tell me you said a wrestler.
I did actually. No, it was between him and Jason Momoa at the time,
Wow.
and they went with Bautista, and I went, that's a mistake.
Wow.
But God, he was great.
I didn't
so
know it was-
wrong.
I didn't
But
know
he was
Momoa
good.
was in
He
the
was
Yeah.
he was good in the first one.
Yeah.
Fucking amazing. in the
great.
He
second
stole
one.
Yeah.
the show in
He
this
did.
one.
He
and
did.
then- but the scene though, and it's not even him though. It's Mantis who, when she touches him.
Yeah.
When they're
And-
sitting on the front porch.
Yeah. I thought.
If-
Yeah. That,
like,
that
if
got
only
me.
I
And
only
he's just
have
having like as somebody that has dealt
With yeah.
extreme like grief, and,
Yes.
like
Loss.
depression and loss, and it's just
Let
it's
me
not
hear.
gonna happen. Ooh,
No.
it almost just happened. It almost just happened.
Let me hear from the rain cloud. Go.
there was only one thing missing from that scene
Yes.
because he's sitting there brooding, right? He should have been playing the saxophone.
You mean the
I just hate.
Draxophone?
I hate that you just cheapened that.
No, and he,
I really do. Like I really fucking
if
do.
he had, if
No,
he had been sitting there,
I did
I
expect
really
the Draxophone to show up. I
Yeah.
did expect the Draxophone
Yeah.
to show up at some fucking point.
yeah, or
Again,
if he'd been
No,
on
but
if he'd
like-
been on the pawn shop planet, walked by a saxophone and just looked at it and said later.
Yo, but can we talk
like
about
him,
my?
like him just sitting there and going, and you know, I'm thinking about my daughter and my wife and blah blah blah, and just kind of sitting there and like
Well,
looking up at the sky and thinking about it, and then
she touches
and
him.
then someone else that doesn't have that shield,
yeah.
Yeah.
and
She
just
should have
starts
played the
fucking-
saxophone.
What,
Okay, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna cry on the show ever again.
what was
All
so
right.
interesting?
That's not
what
true.
was so interesting too about that scene was it was a direct opposite of the scene earlier when she touched him and he was laughing.
Yeah.
Because she says, "I've never felt such great joy."
Yes.
And then later on,
That's
"I've
'cause he's
never
an
felt
asshole,
such
too.
great sorrow."
Yeah.
So
No, the look on her face is
Yeah.
Well,
it's 1,000 words.
Gamora. Yeah, and Gamora
Gamora.
Gamora
ripping
and-
the fucking gun off the goddamn ship and grabbing it like a fucking boombox and just fucking
Yeah, that
shit,
was a
just
good
plowing
scene.
it. That was awesome. Like I won't lie.
Yeah.
That part of the movie, I was like, fuck this.
Her and-
right now, this.
her and Nebula were really good.
And it just in the thing.
Yeah, no, there were so many good little fucking moments.
And I was happy for Karen Gillan in this movie because they fixed her dialogue in post. She's kind of mushmouth in the first movie.
Oh,
her prosthetics really hard to talk to.
Gotcha.
So
Oh, okay.
she's a really good actress. Anybody watch Doctor Who? You've seen
yeah.
her go the full gamut of emotions
Yep.
and acting ability. And in that first movie, she's kind of the weakest part of it in a great movie. And then in the second one, I was like, oh, what are they going to do with her? But they fixed it and allowed her to actually act and emote and be a badass and not just be this one-dimensional, cardboard cutout of Thanos' daughter. So I really got a kick out of her in the second movie.
And so, all right, last thing. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 'cause we gotta wrap
I know
this.
there's so many things I did say my negative things I liked about the movie, but there's so much about this movie that I did love. Just the one, Sean Gunn got incredible lines and some.
Oh
some
God,
great,
he was so.
He was so
good.
fucking good. And then just because I remember there was one discrepancy I did have with the first Guardians of the Galaxy. I was like, that's not the traditional Yondu I'm used to seeing. And then you get the fucking Finn, his traditional,
second one.
his traditional
Michael
fucking
Rooker
Rooker.
was so fucking good in this movie.
It's so good.
His second best part.
What's
Don't say
his-
Henry's Porter's third color because I will fucking.
No.
Days of Thunder.
No, his best part was in a James Gunn movie called Slither.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
And then if you really want to see Sean Gunn's best part, 7 seasons of Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
The town weirdo Kirk.
You have to watch all 7.
No, just watch. I think on YouTube.
Yo, was that
somebody's
one with
compiled-
Lauren Graham, girl from
Yeah,
Bad
that's
Santa,
it.
fuck me Santa, fuck me Santa, fuck me Santa?
Worth watching.
That's one.
Yeah, I'm down.
But yeah, he's the
He's down.
he's the town weirdo. He starts a transportation company called Uber with 2 U's because he doesn't want to get sued.
I love it already.
Jeez.
Well, I thought we were going to argue more. Okay.
I did like the movie. 3.5 stars for me. 3.5.
I think if I mean seriously, that's 2 nitpicks doesn't make me not liking
Yes.
the movie. It's just what pulled me out of the movie.
Yes.
And then I do have to apologize to Jimmy because he thought I was being mean to him when I said that it was a movie made for him. That wasn't an insult. Jimmy likes a
Okay.
good soundtrack in a movie. And
Right.
You do though.
subsequently, like Deadpool, you were fucking raging about the Deadpool soundtrack for months afterwards.
Fact.
And
Got it.
And Frozen.
if there's a movie that has a
And
soundtrack
Moana.
that doesn't work, it'll ruin the movie for you instantly. I've noticed this about you.
I would have to say if someone was making a movie for me, I would hope that it would be as good as Volume 2.
Yeah.
There you go.
So there you go.
Yeah.
All right.
I've made mistakes too in things I've said.
You know.
And we say these things. We say these things because we know they're true.
That's right.
In the name of Jeffrey Michael Weiss.
That's right.
Amen.
Amen.
After these messages, we'll be right back. And we're back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here we are.
You know, I just want you to know we still haven't got a name for the show yet.
Yeah.
It's called Geek Show.
I mean, name for the episode.
Oh.
Name for the episode.
It's an episode for Jimmy.
Great
An
soundtrack.
episode made for Jimmy.
Made for Jimmy.
Yeah, it's all
Made
right.
for Jimmy.
I'd say as names go, it's okay.
Just write made for Jimmy, parentheses, great soundtrack.
We'll hold that one.
Yeah, we'll hold that.
And maybe something will come
I'm
up.
going to hold it like those idiots held Baby Groot.
Fuck.
Ooh, shots fired.
All right.
Watch Pixels, asshole. It's a much better film.
Seriously, I have an excuse for not watching movies. You don't.
I get paid for it.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. If I got paid for watching movies, I would watch Pixels, but no.
Last week, we had Joel Schumacher apologizing for Batman and Robin.
You heard it here.
This week, we have another apology.
Oh shit.
This one,
Adam Sandler?
I always get with these stories. I always get nervous who you look at because I feel like this is
Right,
targeted towards
'cause
one of us.
I have a feeling this is going to be an apology from Dump Truck Jones.
nope.
What?
You don't know about Dump Truck Jones?
No, it's the worst Transformer ever.
Hey, it really is. He didn't exist prior to the John Tidor incident. Everybody else thought his name was Half Track, but it turns out his name was Dump Truck Jones.
Google that, y'all.
Yep.
So the beginning of the new Battlestar Galactica, the one that was just recently,
Oh, yeah.
which I thought was just some of the
Fantastic.
My favorite.
some of the
And-
best sci-fi.
Yes.
My
Oh, I
favorite.
know
you know.
exactly where you're going.
Who would have
And
ever
the
thought?
Cylons have a plan.
And Bob Dylan was a Cylon.
Yeah. So at the beginning of every episode, short synopsis was always,
Yeah.
the Cylons were created by man. These
Yes.
are the words that you saw on the screen.
Right.
Yes.
They rebelled.
Yes.
They evolved.
Yes.
There are many copies.
Yes.
And they have a plan.
Yeah.
So what's the apology? Now I'm scared.
No, I've read this.
I read this too. This is good. This is good.
Well, Ronald D Moore at the ATX Television Festival said,
They had a big thing with like 7 of the cast
It was
members.
a whole reuniting
Yeah.
of the cast, and they were talking.
Did they take his goddamn eye, Bill? They took my damn eye, Bill. Toasters took my damn eye, Bill.
That's a good one. That was a good impression. I'm sorry, that was great.
Goddamn Cylon.
Ronald D Moore said, I apologize. They didn't have a plan.
He pulled a
Pretty
loss.
obvious by the end.
He pulled a loss.
No, they didn't. We didn't need to know if they
Yeah.
had a plan or not.
Or
We
did
were-
we?
He said this was something that a co-executive producer thought sounded cool,
Right.
You know,
and that audience would love it and would figure it out.
this wouldn't have happened.
I-
This did not happen prior to John Titor. They did have a plan, and now they don't.
Here we go.
No,
Google that.
I loved that show so much. And
I
watched
did too.
Every episode, I didn't think there was
Oh,
a
yeah.
bad episode.
Nope.
I liked them
Right?
all.
But like at the end, I was like, huh.
So
They just,
they didn't really have a plan.
yeah,
did
they just.
They just fucked
You know-
a bunch of
Wait, hold on.
cavemen.
I was gonna, yeah. I was like, so they just drove the ship into the
Yep. Into
sun,
space,
and then
yeah.
just started fucking caveman and
But
cavewomen.
you know what's crazy is it still made more sense than the original. Even with
Yeah,
Starbucks,
absolutely.
Starbucks and Angel,
Absolutely.
and Dump Truck Jones has his own planet.
Wait,
And-
Starbuck was an angel in the first one?
Yeah.
No, the
in
second
in
one.
And the second one.
In
She
the,
was like,
in
some
the
sort
fir-
of-
in the first one, Starbuck disappeared and went to a planet and taught a Cylon how to play poker and
No.
had a space baby,
But
that
he-
went off and became an advisor to Commander Adama.
He fought with God. Starbuck did.
Uh huh.
Killed Apollo.
Yeah.
The god killed Apollo,
Yeah.
and then he got brought back to life somehow. But yeah, so
But Starbuck did crash on a
remember that
planet
one-
and teach a Cylon how to play poker,
He
and
did.
then he had a star baby that went back to be Adama's advisor on Battlestar
Get
Galactica in
the
1980,
fuck outta
which
here.
is where they
Do you
learned
remember-
how to make motorcycles fly.
What?
Do you remember that one episode of the original Battlestar Galactica? What was it called? Like Ice Station Zero or something
Yeah.
like that?
no, Gun on Ice Planet Zero,
Zero,
and
yeah.
it was 2 episodes.
Yeah.
Or
And it
was
was
it?
just-
Because there was
it
a
felt
cor-
like 2.
There was
anyway.
a corridor of space that you could only get through by going past the planet that had the giant Cylon Starkiller gun.
Right.
It was
but
so
just
bad.
like it would just shoot like straight.
Right. But you have to understand, you can't fly your ships around it.
You can't
Why?
turn left.
Oh, it
You
was.
can't turn left or
what
go
if we-
down. Or,
What if you went on the other side of the gun?
Believe me,
Well, yeah.
the,
No.
the only good thing about the old Battlestar Galactica was
the first episode.
Was
Daggett?
was the robot monkey dog,
The first episode.
the ships.
The first
Yeah.
episode was cool.
First episode,
Yeah.
and after that, it was terrible.
Okay.
All right.
Now the only
Phew,
the
I'm
only
like,
good
turn
thing
left.
the only good thing
We
about
can't.
the only good thing about Galactica 1980 was that in each of the 6 episodes that made it to air, there was always a scene when they'd be driving down the LA freeway on their Battlestar Galactica bikes, and then somebody would want to fight them, and then they would fly away, and they would always have this same reaction. It was either a cop or Hell's Angels, and they'd always do this.
Oh,
As their motorcycles, which were clearly models being put in front of a blue screen, flew away.
Jeez.
That sounds.
And then there was an annoying
terrible.
kid.
But-
I loved Battlestar Galactica. It was one of my favorite shows. My only discrepancy, like I wish the apology was, because that show brought out my pure hatred for a character on that show. I still refute. Like I'll say his call sign, but I would never call him that. I'm fucking call him Carl. Fucking Hilo. Like I fucking.
You hate Hilo?
You never
Oh
liked that character.
God!
Huh?
Why
'Cause
would you hate Hilo?
There was so much shit that was his fucking fault.
Well, yeah, but Boomer was really compelling.
I get that, but there's
Yeah.
like so much shit.
No,
is
no,
fucking Carl's fault.
I'm actually gonna
Carl.
I'm gonna pull some Tidor shit on you, and you're gonna end up in an alternate dimension where you're dating Boomer, and you're gonna do all kinds of fucked up shit.
Well,
I'm
I
gonna,
would. The new Boomer?
yeah,
I'd date the new Boomer.
right.
I
and when the
would
new
take
Boomer
her. I
says
would take
you
her out
need-
to lunch for a nice artisan bread wrap.
right, and if she said,
Check your privilege.
I need you to do this thing that might jeopardize the fleet," you'd probably do it.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I will. I will tell you this. I will tell you this.
Yeah.
In my military career, I have been in a situation where I could have jeopardized the mission, and I did not.
Wasn't Boomer?
I'll give you that.
No,
You know what?
seriously.
He made some mistakes for sure, but I think the real reason everything went really bad is because of Gaius Baltar. He's the real reason
No.
everything went to hell.
The man's a goddamn genius.
My favorite thing ever.
The man's a goddamn
My
genius.
favorite thing ever was at the first Comic-Con we went to,
Mm-hmm.
and they were all there. They had like the whole like cast was there, and I took that picture of Gaius, the actor that played him, eating a Subway sandwich, and he totally saw me, and the picture was just like, oh fuck,
was shame, wasn't it?
I'll
It was
eat a
shame.
fucking sandwich.
It was shame.
I gotta find that.
But
Oh,
he,
that's it was Apollo. What's his name? He was in both of them.
Richard Hatch.
Yeah.
Hatch. Who,
Oh, yeah.
It was
rest in
his,
peace, yo.
he was actually the one colluding with Baltar that made everything. Really, the guy that's the real piece of shit was the commsman that ended up getting airlocked.
Oh yeah,
I can't remember his name.
Oh yeah,
It was-
Bob.
It was like Galen or something.
Galen, it
but-
was Galen.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but-
okay, yeah.
He was
He was a
anyway,
piece of
I
shit.
didn't think they were really going to space him, but they did.
My
You guys remember that show called Battlestar Galactica?
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing that, aren't we?
I was walking through.
Yeah, it was a good show though.
San Diego
Fuck you,
Comic-Con
Carl.
With Richard Hatch, and I've never seen a guy fuck up a banana more than anybody. In the, like, just
I will
3 seconds.
I will say this about Battlestar Galactica. It is the one media thing that got me to switch from the old-fashioned TV to a big screen.
Oh yeah,
Because
Nice.
we saw that episode when Apollo took the Pegasus into battle against New Caprica, and then Adama warped the Galactica into low orbit, and we watched that on a little TV. And I was like, "Honey, we gotta go.
we got to.
We gotta go."
We need a
We
bigger
came
TV.
back. We set up the new TV. We watched it again. I was like, "Yeah."
So Ronald D Moore says, for the next 14 years of my life, people have asked me what was the plan, and I have to tell you now,
There wasn't one.
there
Well, the
was
plan.
You know, I'll be totally honest. I watched all of it, loved it. It's probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, TV shows, and I never even gave it a second thought.
You
that-
didn't.
I didn't
that
Same
there
here,
was a
except-
I was just
plan.
like, I just gotta watch it. It's
Yeah.
good.
My only discrepancy is Carl. That's that. Other than that, it's a perfect show.
His
Well,
name,
that-
it's call sign's Hilo.
Yeah.
And-
Yeah. Okay. Here's the thing you need to understand. We
Teach
call
us, Jay,
You,
teach
you
us.
fucking earn your call sign. Okay.
Yeah, he did.
Earn your call sign.
Obviously, he had one.
Yeah, but when the second he turned his back and fucking betrayed the fleet, he's fucking Carl now.
I love that he just call-splained you.
I think I was just Carl-splained completely.
You were Call-Splaining.
That's okay. That's okay. Go ahead and Carl-splain me some more, Jay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody, calm down. It's just a show.
I just thought he was handsome.
Just a show.
Well,
you don't
Oh,
fucking.
God. What should I bring it up next, there, Jackson?
something's gonna.
I want an apology from Carl.
This is a house divided.
Well, this next thing I think is gonna upset
Can
Lee.
we have some civility?
I think this is gonna upset Lee.
Okay.
Shit.
Oh,
Sure, you
great.
want to do this?
Yeah.
Sorry. Cowboy Bebop.
Wait a minute. Oh, I saw this article.
I think I saw this.
I don't
Keep
know
going.
how I feel about
Keep
this.
going.
Get ready. Triggered.
Is your spirit coming out? What?
No, he's gathering more power for the spirit bomb.
Yeah.
Sounds like the fucking Spirit of Vegas is floating around.
Tomorrow Studios, Martel Edelstein's joint adventure with ITV Studios, is developing a U.S. live-action adaptation
Get Zac Efron on the phone.
of Cowboy Bebop.
Well, if it's U.S. adaptation, you know it'll be better.
Yeah. Because that Ghost in the Shell movie sure did capture the spirit of the TV show.
Yeah, so it's in development right now.
So, if the show...
Why'd you sound like Kermit for us?
Because when I get upset, I go to the Rainbow Connection.
Oh my God. You were Kermit for 2 seconds.
So
Really, the problem here is Spike Spiegel's ethnicity is indeterminate.
okay, so they've got this guy Adelstein, who worked on Good Behavior and Prison Break. You got Becky Clements, who worked on Good Behavior and Aquarius. You got Matthew Weinberg. You got Chris Yost, who wrote Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
All working on it.
Was this going to be a movie or a
I don't
TV
know.
thing?
It's
Or-
a
Yeah,
series.
It's got to be a TV series, and it can't be a network.
Is it going to be like a Netflix original?
No, nobody knows. They're
Oh, they haven't-
they're
it hasn't been
shopping
pot-
it.
it hasn't
They're
been
shopping it.
purchased
So
yet.
there's some problems with Cowboy Bebop that they would need to, and by problems I don't mean the source material. The source material is, in my opinion, flawless. It's a phenomenal science fiction world.
I don't really like that corgi.
You don't like Ein? Yeah, as long as they cast Ein correctly, I'm okay.
I got tired of that corgi being all cute and
I will
shit.
say,
Get out of the frame, corgi.
Okay, I get it.
Get out of
little bastard!
I will say, Cowboy Bebop is one of the most nearly watchable animes I've ever seen in my life.
It's very good.
I
It's
think-
very
I think
good.
the anime crossed a line. I think it just got a little
Shut up.
nuts.
Yeah. So the big
One Punch Man is
the big
very
issue with
watchable.
this is that the characters don't really have an ethnicity, but it's a very Japanese show. Mm-hmm. So Spike, his last name's Spiegel, so the character could be. He's tall, he's gangly, he's like 6'3", maybe 180 pounds. Mm-hmm.
God, eat a sandwich.
So I see a guy. And a lot of people would say he maybe needs to be played by a Japanese Japanese actor. His last name's Spiegel, so he could be played by a Jewish actor. So somebody like Joseph,
sounds pretty Jewish.
like Joseph Gordon-Levitt would actually be a perfect Spike Spiegel.
That's true.
Okay.
And he doesn't
I
look
was like-
Japanese in the anime
No,
either.
you don't know. But then they get into some things that he was in a Cantonese gang, but it's like in the late 2100s, so it could be that he's an American
Right.
kid.
Yeah,
in
It's
a
also
Cantonese
the,
gang.
Sure.
the 2100s haven't happened yet.
But
You mean the early 20s?
what's that?
Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves 30 years ago, maybe.
Yeah.
But Spike's got to be in his early 30s. Faye Valentine's going to be the hard one because Faye is Japanese, and if they don't cast a Japanese actress to play Faye Valentine, hardliners like me are probably going to get a little pissy because her character is a very Japanese story. She's a Japanese kid that gets frozen and ends up in the future, and she
God
becomes
damn.
a con artist. Jet, anybody could play, and I'd be cool with it. He's just your standard bald strongman, but the story. You gotta have a network that's willing to get behind it, kind of like Stars did behind American Gods.
God, that
And say
show is
we're gonna give it
good.
we're gonna give it the budget, and we're gonna respect the source material. But at the same time, I kind of look at this and go, why? It's already got a great show.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
Unless
true.
you're
It's not like they're adapting a manga or a book.
right. You've got it. You've got
You've
it.
already got a moving visual medium.
You've got 26 episodes and a pretty good movie to back it up, and it's actually a pretty flawless little story arc that has a very clear beginning and a very clear end. So
are you saying that sometimes that not everything needs to be made into a TV
I
series
hear you.
or a movie?
I hear you on Preacher. I don't think Preacher needed to be made into a movie, into a show. I didn't mind it, but I didn't love it. So
Because, Hair Star is in this season.
So
In this new season that's coming.
this is actually something I want to bring up on the show.
Okay.
Well, this is the perfect time.
I think I'm gonna.
You going to try again?
I think I'm gonna try again because I saw on the latest commercial
Yes.
Saint of Killers
Saint of Killers
and Hair Star,
and Hair Star.
and he's dressed in the fucking outfit.
Yes.
but
But you got
Come on.
you got the origin of Saint of Killers in season 1.
I don't give a fuck. I already know the origin of Saint of Killers
Well,
because I read the goddamn.
Well, the rest
comic.
of us didn't.
All right.
I read the comic, but the
I
rest
don't
of
give about
the rest of
fucking- I don't give a fuck about the rest of the people that didn't read the comic.
Yeah.
I do
Damn,
think
dude.
it is nice to see the characters, well rendered.
Well, I'm just like, oh look, they're actually doing the comic now.
Well, yeah, they needed to take
No, they did not.
Well, as long as they don't curl it up, I'm good.
They just needed to take the pedestrians, who aren't familiar, and ease them into a universe that's going to get really fucking
Like I
crazy.
did like 20 years ago.
The only thing that's going to make
Shannon's really gatekeeping the shit out of
He's salty.
I am.
Shannon.
I am the fucking. I'm the keeper of the.
Preacher Gate.
I think the thing that's going to make
getting salty
Preacher
in here.
good is Baby Groot.
Yeah, that would definitely improve it.
It's a house
I want
divided.
Baby Cassidy.
I want to. Nope. I'm not. You're
All right.
you're gaslighting us.
Let's
I know it.
let's get games
Fucking troll.
and
You
games and
fucking
movies
troll.
here.
House divided.
Yeah. Games and movies. What do we got?
The Zookeeper's Wife is coming out.
Finally.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
All right, I've been meaning to.
That's the sequel.
Uh,
It's the sequel to the Penguin Fucker's Uncle, right?
Yeah, exactly.
What?
That's kind of it. There's really nothing coming
Really?
out. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Ready? You ready?
Yeah.
Quality game review.
Oh,
I have to.
thank you. I didn't know that's what you were asking if I was ready for. There's not a whole ton of good stuff coming out this week.
God, I love your stories.
Thanks. There's something called Danganronpa, another episode Ultra Despair Girls.
That sounds like Steve Brule.
Yeah,
like he's having
I know,
a
it
seizure.
does.
No, I actually wore a Danganronpa last week to a soiree.
There's a Danganronpa.
Get your dang romper on.
Danganronpa. Another episode
Dummy.
Ultra Despair Girls.
Well, you know, you've been working all day. You're tired. You're exhausted. You
Wanna
come
wear-
home, and what's for dinner? Danganronpa again.
What the
No.
fuck is an ultra despair girl? That's the biggest. Fuck the Danganronpa.
That's a
gotta buy the
PG-13
game.
Suicide Girl.
You gotta buy the game to figure it out.
Oh my god.
Danganronpa?
Is that how we diagnose people? Here's your
think I
Xanax.
remember-
You're an ultra despair girl.
I think Jimmy usually starts talking about Danganronpa right before it's time to leave the house.
You see?
Stop for all you to Danganronpa.
Man, what a Danganronpa.
Also, if you like space shooters, Elite Dangerous is finally coming to the PlayStation 4.
Oh God, that game.
So that game's pretty cool.
you want to play a game where you just sit in hyperspace for 14 hours?
Sounds.
That's your-
Sounds fucking awful.
Shannon can play that while he naps.
well, you know, I have a friend who loves Elite Dangerous, and that's what he does.
Well, he doesn't go to like planets and stuff.
oh
And
no,
shoot
he's
things?
trying to go places.
And so,
But he realizes it's all fake, right?
wait. So I haven't played Elite Dangerous. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
You have to go into hyperspace, and it travels in real time.
it travels in an abbreviated real time. But
So if
there
you want
are
to go to
some
the
des-
other end of the universe, it's going to take.
a week.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
Excuse
what
me?
you do, you log into the game, you make your hyperspace coordinates, and then you log out.
It's
Oh,
like-
so it,
But what if
Oh
you
my
get an
God.
asteroid
so,
field?
so it updates while you're not playing.
that's like fucking.
okay. At least there's
I might
that.
be able to
That's
get
like.
behind that.
Remember, you guys remember Wing Commander on fucking PS1?
No, but I remember Wing Commander in cinemas.
Yeah, I know. I remember that. No, but like I remember they had the coordinates, and it took a really
Yep.
fucking long time
Yep.
to get there. Like I remember just being like, Dad was like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Traveling to space."
So there's this thing called Summon Night 6: Lost Borders.
What the? Who names this shit?
Like we say colon, like COLON.
You realize
There's
that's
a colon
it's
in
a
there.
butthole.
okay.
That's just
Oh.
a direct translation from whatever language.
I know,
gotta
but
be.
it's like who names this shit? Ultra Despair Girl? I mean,
well,
is there a
his
Super
name-
Depression Void
I don't
version?
know.
Jay, the guy who names this stuff, his name is Danganronpa.
What a Danganronpa. The Golf Club 2.
What?
But I think it's like a club of golfers, not just a golf club.
Oh.
It's a
okay.
golf
Is
game.
it-
I thought you meant an actual golf club. To say that there's someone at the
That'd
gate
be
that
like a-
won't let certain
boring.
people in. You know.
Is it
Sorry,
is
you're
it
too
the Super
black.
Viagra version?
I
No, you
guess.
have
I
to.
don't
You have to
know.
go in through the back entrance.
Yeah, sorry, you're too black or too female to come in here. We're not gonna let you in here.
Let's see. There's also. This does look cool.
Oh, I thought it was called Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah.
They doubled their fees. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy for the PlayStation 4.
Okay.
So if you like the Crash Bandicoot games, they went and redid the first 3 for PlayStation 4.
Oh,
So that's,
okay. I fucks with
it's gonna
that.
Be good, some good stuff probably.
if only they'd update Parappa the Rappa.
I know, right?
I think.
Punch
it,
it's all,
it's
all in the mind.
No, I
If you
think
want to
that's,
test me, I say you're fine.
I think that's actually in the works.
God, I hope so.
But then also-
I try explaining Parappa the Rappa to today's youth, and they just go, "What, old man? Why are you shouting from the roof? Where are your pants?"
Please stop.
You're putting me in ultra despair.
And then also, The Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild, the first DLC pack does come out on Friday this week. So that we got a fan.
James excited.
I'm excited for it too. I already pre-purchased it, but it's got a trials area where you can go try out, defeating everything in one area.
You pre-ordered?
in different ways. I did. 'cause it's
I
Zelda.
broke your rule too.
I know that
last
I,
week.
I hate when I break my rules.
I broke your rule.
What did
with,
you pre-order?
Battlefront 2.
Oh, okay.
As soon as I found out that the DLC was included and that there was a story mode, I was just like, I'm
Done.
done. Here you go. Take my money, EA.
I'll bet it's good.
Well, I even like the new one. So
Yeah, and then the other thing that this DLC update has is a thing where it will show you where you've traveled on the world map for the last 200 hours of your gameplay.
whoa.
So that if there's areas you think you might have not explored yet, you can actually look at it and say, "Oh, I haven't gone to that part of the map. I should go check that
So
out."
I wouldn't
I
want that.
missed my turn.
I wouldn't
Yeah.
want that because the map would just show me walking around in the same circle all the time.
Could they do that with Red Dead Redemption? Because that would help
See,
me.
that would be great.
There is a thing on the map that shows you where you've been, but it doesn't show you the trails that you've gone on to
Oh,
get there.
see, that's what I need.
And besides, you just got to go to Mexico and stay down there.
Fucking love that game. All right.
Like
Right.
in reality.
Did you hear that the second one got delayed?
Again?
That's okay.
First delay, just to spring of next year.
Oh, okay.
I'm
Well,
okay with that.
Take your time, do it right.
I'm okay
I
with
know.
that.
Take your time, do it right. I do the same thing with my Danganronpa.
Because I seriously, that's the one game I think I've put in more than 300 hours on.
Yeah.
Dang.
And again, I shouldn't be. It's a
No.
cowboy game. I shouldn't.
No,
be.
I should give no shits, but
Yeah.
there's something about there's this one particular fort in Mexico that I like to take over.
Yeah.
Just sit in for hours.
Is that good?
That's it.
All right. Anything else before we go?
Well, I do believe Jay is opening for Danganronpa next week at Wise Guys.
Yeah, man, Danganronpa. Well, I'm a Dranksanronpa tonight, but my Danganronpa gonna be.
Whoa.
There's a whole bunch of despair girls there, though.
Nah, man.
No, Despair Girls are in that Silent Hill game.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Fuck.
They just
Dakin Rumba?
Drinking Ramba.
Nah, what is it? How do you?
See, I would say Drunken Roomba.
I thought it was No, it's Danganronpa.
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 Danganronpa. Okay.
Sure.
Mr. B, if you,
You know,
would.
I don't give a fuck what all y'all got to say. I think this baby ham really adds a lot to this whole situation.